This is Evelyn. Love works better when we do it together. I say it like that. When we love each other, we can make each other happy. So love do works better. And we're gonna jump right on into our topic,
Yeah, about carrying your weight,
carrying
knowing
your
how to contribute.
that's good. Carrying your weight and learning how to contribute. And that's in everything. Even if we cooking and we having a dinner, one person shouldn't have to carry that all the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to do something to help because you're gonna kill that person or you're gonna hurt that person,
Yeah, they overburden.
overburden, and then they start resenting the husband or the wife or whoever that don't contribute to the weight. And that's like on a job. You get on a job, you're gonna find somebody always coming late, and they get mad if you say anything. So I think the boss just called everybody in and just beat everybody.
Yeah,
And you like, I was in on time. What is you talking about?
instead of just addressing that person, they try to ease it out so everybody get a little lit. No, just deal with what it is. Cause everybody know who you're talking about. If they always late and don't carry their weight, we know who you're talking
All
about
right.
anyway. So go ahead and address it. Don't try to make it all confusing like everybody ain't carrying a weight and then say this is not for everybody. If you're carrying, no, just say what you mean because we all know who you're talking about.
That's right. That is
So let's just address it so we could get, because it's like this, you either gonna carry the weight or get up from under it.
that's what they need to say.
Mm-hmm.
Just call that person in and tell them we're not gonna let you have everybody upset. And if you don't be here on time, then whoever's supposed to start the position, you holding them back. And then we
Mm-hmm.
gotta call a meeting. We're not calling no more meetings. We're gonna call you in, we're gonna call you out. And I think it would make a better team uh, working together. But when I had to hear your story and hear your beating, and I'm like, I did right. I shouldn't have to go through that in my mind and waste my energy on something that you done did wrong.
Mm-hmm. And still got to have that extra weight on you because you it ain't helped with your burden because you still overburdened. We had this meeting that ain't really addressing it. You still overburdened, work down, and
Mm-hmm.
now you just more overburdened because you matter because now you don't waste the time and it ain't did nothing.
And then and people will lie. Um, my baby was sick. Um, my car broke down. Um, so many excuses. You know your car ain't good as it should be. Leave early.
Mm-hmm.
So if it break down, you still have time to call somebody to pick you up and take you to work. That means taking responsibility,
Yeah.
ownership of your responsibility to anything. Anything I'm in, I'm 100% in it. I leave, I go leave here, going to the doctor. I leave maybe 45 minutes. It don't take me but 15 minutes to get to the doctor's office if nothing happens.
Nothing happened yet.
But if something happened, I still got time to
To
get there.
get
In
there.
45 minutes, 30 minutes, I still got time. So I plan not to just try to rush in every time because I learned when I rush in, my blood pressure high.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, let me sit a while. But I shouldn't have to say, let me sit a while and it'll go down because that's my appointment. So I learned to get there early and quieten my mind. And when I go in, oh, Miss Wynn, your blood pressure is good.
Mm-hmm.
And so that let me know that I'm eliminating pressure.
Yeah, you ain't like I said you wasn't rushing and now your blood pressure high and they go in your blood pressure
And
high.
put you on medicine
Uh-huh.
because they read what they read.
That's it.
And we got to learn how to read the room, but we also got to learn how to read ourselves. That's the important thing. If people can catch on to what's going on in their life, they would be so much better. I'm sharing this because I didn't know this. Nobody shared this with me. I had to pick up books and learn. But I want everybody to start reading. You can learn so much information. Somebody done experienced something
Mhm.
and they put it in a book. You read it, you can learn. You can get that same information and grow on it. Grow on it.
Just got to slow your mind down. That's it.
Slow it down to understanding how it make you feel. Sometimes when you slow down, you're like, I feel good. I pick up a book and read it. I ain't going in right now. I'm gonna just sit here in the car and read a little, and it makes me feel better. And I know I explore uh, better energy. I can walk in a place and folks is acting nasty, and I can walk in that place and smile and send good energy. I can pick up on people's, that got a nasty attitude.
Mhm.
Uh, what's your name? I said, oh, my name. I tell myself, that's a pretty blouse you got on her. That's a pretty smile. It's something I find something about that person to make them calm down.
Yeah, try to de-escalate it.
Yeah, because they might have had a hard time.
Mhm.
Somebody gave them a hard time before I got there. So for me to, that's what the spirit will do for you, though. Think about it. When you in tune with your spirit, it will show you that other person.
Yeah, because I'm naturally try to de-escalate anyway. That's my little. I'm trying to calm it down
Yeah.
so you can think better and don't make more mistakes.
Make more mistakes because people like, well, she don't know me. I don't want her to mess up stuff that
Tell you,
hurt
have
me.
me in a bad place.
Yeah, I went to the doctor's office and they thought they had dilated my eyes and they thought they were ready uh, for me to get the laser. I said, oh, y'all ain't put nothing in my eye.
Mm.
We didn't do it. I said, no, you didn't put nothing in my eyes. I said, she said, I thought you just went back out there and sit down. I said, oh, no, I didn't go back out there and sit down. I was never called back here.
Mm-hmm.
So by me being in a good mood, she was able to admit that she was wrong. But if I
Yeah.
had been in a nasty attitude, she could have said, well, we're going to do it without putting it up. You got to take ownership of your attitude.
Yeah,
And now everybody's on the edge.
so
There used to be people wasn't on the edge, but everybody
everybody.
is on the edge. I know someone went to the hospital and he told them to put him in there, and they put him in there and then do nothing for him, kept him all night. And he told him to call somebody, and the security. I said, child, you can't do this now, because people will take you out. It's just where we at right now. If the police stop you, be patient, because he got the upper hand. He got a gun and he got an attitude, and you need to be sending good energy.
Yeah,
Not because he picking on me. Yeah, he might be picking on you, but you should have enough spirit within you to know that.
yeah.
And it said,
Escalate.
they have stopped me, police. Slow this thing down. I said, I am so sorry. You're right. You're right. I'm glad you stopped me and let me know to slow it down. No, I wasn't glad you stopped me. But he said, go ahead on. Because I didn't come out with my smart.
Mhm.
You don't give nobody a reason to hurt you. Even though you might be right. Mama said you can be dead right.
Mhm.
And being dead right don't mean nothing.
So, don't.
Don't mean a thing. So we were talking about jobs, and I done left jobs and went to the hospital, and I done went to the police. But it's so much that I can talk on. So much I can talk on. I done experienced so much. And I know you see things on your job because you work every day. But somehow you don't allow it to affect you the way a lot of people do. That's why you can deal with stuff.
Cause it affect me, but I've learned because I see it in a bigger picture now,
Mm-hmm.
understanding that a lot of this stuff it was made not to make sense to drive people crazy. So once you see it's crazy, don't be trying to understand it too deep because it's supposed to make you crazy.
And that's where we're at now.
So You trying to make sense of somebody else's imagination. You can't make sense of somebody else's imagination. That's theirs. You keep your singing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to get in their head. You ain't supposed to be there.
And you out of your
You out of your league.
Yeah.
You out of your lane.
Yeah. And that's what's going on in the world now. Every day they throwing something at us. Every day, it's something hit the news, crazy and crazy and crazy. You can't deal with all them news because you start thinking, oh, they do. You all out of shape now because of what everybody else is doing. And if we all get in our place and stationary ourselves, we're gonna have a better world. The universe is gonna get better. And I thank God for you being on with me on the second video. And we're gonna end this video and you all be great. Have a great day.